Hello and welcome to the show, and welcome to another 2x2 Napoleonics. This is the Battle of Elchingen, 14th of October 1805. As a prelude to the Battle of Ulm, the Austrians are again attempting to break out of the area and move northeast of the city. Marshal Ney's corps is ordered to cross the Danube at Elchingen and block the Austrians' retreat from Ulm. The Austrians have the high ground, village strong points, and an advantage of troop numbers. A few game parameters. Each turn is 30 minutes. It's 10 AM at the start of this battle and last light will be 6:30. French reinforcements will arrive across the Danube from 1 PM, but as Marshal Ney is impetuous, he won't be waiting for them. At this stage in the Ulm campaign, the Austrian infantry are tired and worn. They'll be classed as militia. French troops have crossed the river Danube, which is at the bottom of the table, and are making their way north across the valley towards the high ground between the two villages of Unter and Ober Elchingen. The city of Ulm is approximately 5 miles southwest of the villages. The French have one division across the river already, but they also have some corps cavalry and corps artillery assets for support. The Austrian General Reich has 2 divisions, one spread between the 2 villages on the high ground and also in the village of Ober Elchingen itself, and the other division based around the village of Unter Elchingen with advanced elements in the valley to their south. This video is brought to you by El Cheapo Chardonnay. Thank you very much. We'll enjoy that. Probably should be a Moselle or something Germanic, but there we go. Cheers. Looking down on the Austrian position along the ridge line between the 2 villages of Ober Elchingen to the right and Unter Elchingen to the left. This division on the high ground, they've pushed forward a couple of battalions into the village here, hopefully going to hold that as a stronghold. Corps commander to the rear of this division, and their left-hand division around the village of Unter Elchingen with the advance guard, 2 battalions and some cuirassiers down in the valley. So here's Ney, he's behind his 1st division that's got across the river. They're strung out here. They have some Légers on their left flank, ready to assault the village. The corps artillery further to their left. This is the bridge that the reinforcements will come over. They've got some light cavalry here, and further round on their right flank some corps cavalry, the dragoons, with some horse artillery ready to assault the Austrian left flank. So the French are going to move first. These horse artillery are going to move up here, and the cavalry with them. The main part of the division here, yeah, they will advance a little bit actually. I don't want to get in contact just yet. Ney's up with them. And over on the left flank, the Légers will move into the village here. A little bit low to attack with them at the moment. I need the guns to soften them up, and they'll also move forward. Austrian shooting, they have very little artillery. Got a battery here. Medium range, do they open fire now? I don't think they do. No melees. The Austrians will not move, and the French will shoot. The corps artillery will open fire now and trying to suppress the Austrians in the village. Left-hand battery firing first. 6, 7 for first fire. Oh my word, that's target routes. Wrong. Disrupted, they're in cover. Ooh, nearly. And the right-hand battery. 5, 6 for first fire, down to 5 again, target pinned. Okay, no effect because they're already disrupted. And over on the French right wing, these horse artillery will open fire on the Austrian battalion on the right there. It's first fire +1. That's 6. So they're disrupted. And that's the end of the turn. 10:30. They will move here, Légers, and they'll come and flank them. Ney will move in and give these support. And this actually happened in reality. Ney took the Légers forward and took the village. So we'll see what happens. These cavalry move forward. They're going to wait to pounce next turn. They can't move because they're pinned from firing. Need a 5+, no. And the guns here, 5+ as well, no and no. So they will not be able to engage anybody else. So as the Leger attack, the Austrians will be able to defensive fire here. It's first fire. 3, 4, no effect. So they are now in melee. The Austrian artillery will open fire here. First fire, +1, 5, so they're pinned. Right, our first melee with the Leger fighting the Austrians in the village. It's +4 to the French and +1 to the Austrians. So that is 8-3. Win by 5. The Austrians are destroyed. And the French will have to follow up there, and they'll go straight into that secondary defence. I'm going to allow Ney to go forward with them because he was attached. So we fight again. 1-1. Reroll. Ooh, look at that. So that is win by 4. They're destroyed again. This is exactly like history, apparently. And they will have to advance with Ney, because I put him forward first time. Way to go. That's good and bad for the French, but they've smashed the Austrian right wing already. So they will move in here, and they will flank them. The cavalry will move over just to see what happens at the end of that. The remainder of the line will remain where they are. Guns will move up, cavalry will move up, and these infantry will start to move into line. Need to rally this unit. They need a 6. Oh, they get it. Well done. French shooting. So these Leger will be able to fire at the Austrians as they came in. It's first fire, and the corps commander is there, so it's +2. Oh, look at that. 8. And can you believe it? They are destroyed. They are going great guns, literally. But unfortunately for the horse artillery here, the dragoons are in the way, so they can't fire at the Austrian battalion there. So the only melee for this round is this fight for Elchingen. Ney is with the Leger. It's +1. Which is 3-1, +2 to the French. Loser routes. So they have to go back 4. Are they destroyed? Oh, can you believe it? They are. It's an optional follow-up. They will not. Austrians getting smashed already. It's now 11 o'clock and the village of Elchingen has been secured. However, Ney is in a very dodgy situation. They're pinned at the moment, so they can't move. These Leger will come up here and support their left flank. The line will advance. They're pinned at the moment, so they can't. And these cavalry will move over to their left. And over on the right, the horse artillery still can't fire because they're obscured by the dragoons. So they will smash into them. They will come and flank them. And they will just move here and hold off, allowing them to fire. Rally time for the French then. Try these ones. They need a 5. They get it, but they can't move now. And the corps artillery on the left, no. And no, so they're happy blazing away at nothing in particular. Very ill-disciplined. And the Leger with Ney, no. Firing for the Austrians, the battery will open fire here at this line battalion. +1 because they're downhill, I forgot that previously. 5, and they're pinned. Over on the Austrian left, this battalion will fire at the dragoons as they charge in. They're on +3. Oh, that is no effect. So we'll go straight into the melee here. 3-0 for the French. Which is 7-5 +2. Loser will rout. Have they been destroyed? No. It is an optional follow-up. They will not. They'll be very restrained, all these dragoons. Now the Austrian right flank is in danger of collapsing here. They got a couple of light cavalry. Not quite sure what we can do with those. A bit suicidal going in on the infantry. So they are going to retire. These infantry will stay here. But I think they'll get these cavalry to move around to the flank. And when they're massed here, they can have an attack on the Leger. I think these cuirassiers, I'm just going to hop over here, these cuirassiers will come down and support them, and This battalion should be able to fire at these in a moment. Start to move this reserve division forward. I need to occupy the villages into Elchingen. The only firing the French can do is on their right flank with the horse artillery at that battalion of infantry. Net 0. 4, no effect. No melees, that is the end of turn. 11:30, the French are going to assault the hill. Divisional commander goes forward. Ney will come over and give support to this battalion. On the left flank, these Légers are going to move forward and they're going to go into the woods just on the edge there. White cavalry are going to push over to their left, ready to exploit. And I think we're just going to have a clash of dragoons and cuirassiers here. In fact, they will smash into them. They're disrupted. So defensive fire from the Austrians as the French surge up the hill. They're on +2. First fire and enemy downhill. No effect. Ooh, disaster. The French crash home. Next battalion. Oh no, not again. The French crash in again. And here. 5. Target pinned. So they didn't make it. And the infantry assaulting the artillery canister. They're on +2 as well. It's not first fire for them, but it's artillery close range. That's going to be 5, so they didn't make it either. And over on the Austrian left, this battalion firing at the dragoons as they come in. They'll get a +2. 7. Target routes. Are they killed? Are they destroyed? No. So they don't make it. Or they rout, rather. So that's those dragoons routed back from that assault there. Back into the centre, the French pushing this with Ney with this battalion and the divisional commander with this battalion. +1 each. Left hand melee first. 5-2, that's +3. Loser destroyed. Optional follow-up. Yes, I think they will. Don't have to move the full distance, I don't think. And again, +1 each. So that is going to be a victory by 2 to the Austrians. The losers will rout. So are the French destroyed? No. They go back here. The big cavalry melee here. We've got cuirassiers against dragoons. They're both heavy cavalry. +2, left hand melee first. Victory by 1 for the Austrians. Loser routs. Are they destroyed? Oh, they are. Dragoons are gone. And the other melee. Victory by 1. Rout. Are they destroyed? No. So the French right wing got a bit of a mauling there. 1 dragoon regiment has destroyed. The other 2 routed and pushed back. The Austrians holding steady. Over in the centre, we got some hesitant battalions here. But Ney is pushing forward and he's got his light cavalry in support with the Légers on his left. So the Austrians are just going to go straight in here and try and finish off these dragoons. This battalion will push up. These 2 will come down the hill. These cuirassiers are going to go and hit Ney's line here. They are going to flank them and they are going to come in on that battalion there. They will come up here. And these 2 battalions will move forward as well. The divisional commander, he'll come in. Right, rallying. Ooh, no. Gun, yeah, it does, but I don't think they need to necessarily. And over here. They'll need a 6 and they don't get it. In fact, they're all militia, so it'll be -1 anyway. Right, defensive fire for the French. +3 for this. 6. That's 9. They are destroyed. Impetuous hussars, they've had it. And here, again, +2. 4 is no effect. Right, melees, cavalry melee. Now the Austrians should have advantage because both dragoons are disrupted. So it's 4-2 to the Austrians, which is 7-4. Loser destroyed. They're gone. Optional follow-up, I think they will. Again, 4-2. And that is a complete smash. They have to follow up. And over here, this battalion, 3-1 to the Austrians. 8-4. Loser destroyed. What has happened to Ney? Oh, he survives. Right. Well, he's going to duck over there. They have to follow. Bird's eye view of the battle so far, and it certainly isn't going the French way now. Their right wing has collapsed. These cuirassier regiments have stormed into the back of the French line, which are stuttering. They've had some success on the left with Ney, with his line battalions, but they've been stopped in their tracks. This is not going to plan. Ney is in trouble. They're pinned. These cavalry aren't. So I think they'll just rearrange themselves there facing the cuirassier. There's not a lot else they can do. Everybody else needs to be brought under control. The light infantry here can move out of the woods. Give support to these. Rally time. They'll need 5. Don't get it. Need the core artillery moving. Yes. Next turn. And yes. Right. Useful. But not yet. This battalion here needs a 5 because the divisional commander's there. They get it just. And these chaps here will also need 5s. Yes. Rallying well. And yes. And finally the horse artillery over here. No, so they can't do anything just as yet. Right, shooting for the Austrians. Well, we'll have the battery firing at the battalion struggling up the hill here, along with one of the battalions to the left as we look. So the battery's +2. Oh dear, dreadful miss. French were lined up in the sights, but they buggered that up. And the battalion is a +1, so that's 5. And the French battalion are pinned. So they're struggling there. That is it for firing. No melees to resolve. Austrians move. Well, I'm thinking these cuirassiers are going to cause as much damage as they can. They're both going to swarm in on that battalion there. These cuirassiers up on the hill is going to pivot around and give flank protection to this division, which will remain on the heights. These battalions will advance. They can't rally them in a minute. This battery needs to get forward, but they're quite slow moving. This battalion here will charge the guns. Dangerous stuff. Right, rallying units. They'll need a 6. No. They'll need a 6 as well. No, definitely not. I will move the corps commander up a little bit as well. French shooting. This battalion firing at the cuirassier. Just the +1. They got 6 though, so they were disrupted going in. +3 against these cuirassier here. 7. They rout. What's happened to them? Well, they're okay. Apart from routing, obviously. And over on the French right, canister at close range. It's only +1. 3. It's not good enough. The infantry make contact. And we'll do the melee straight away. 0 for the Austrians, -3 for the French. So that is a win by 3. Horse artillery are destroyed. Optional follow-up, yes please. Right, cuirassier against line regiment. +2 for the Austrians. They win by 1. Loser routes. Now, I'm going to have to say they go over there. Are they destroyed? No. But it's an optional follow-up, which they will do. +3 for the Austrians, 0 for the French. And that's a kill. Cavalry are ripping through, and he'll continue to follow up, but doesn't make contact this time. There are no French on the right flank. The cuirassiers are running amok behind the front line of the French line infantry, of which there are hardly any left at all. It's a disaster. I think the best Ney can do is hold on to Elchingen and wait for his reinforcements to arrive. First of all, the corps artillery is going to move. They're only going 2 inches. Ney, being the nutter that he is, he's going to get the light cavalry in here. He will be supporting. And they will also get the infantry in. This is a huge melee with the divisional commander there. See if we can finish off those cuirassiers. The light infantry will move around here and make contact with these cuirassiers who are disrupted. And that's pretty much it. They need to rally. They do. They can finally move next time. And this battalion here Oh, yes. Right. Probably going to get it straight back, though, from the battery. Shooting from the Austrians, which will be, again, here. +2 against the battalion, 8 killed. Crippling losses for the French. Leger against the Cuirassier, +2 each. And that is a win by 1. Loser routes again. Well, I'm going to chuck them over there. What's happened to them? They are actually destroyed. That's lucky. It's an optional follow-up, but they won't. And down here in the valley, the Cuirassier is surrounded by light cavalry. Ney's involved, divisional commander with the supporting line regiment there. It's only 3-2 though to the French, which is defeat by 2. Now, they can't move away, so they are killed. Optional follow-up. They will not follow up. Movement. Divisional commander is actually going to come down here and help the Cuirassier rally. I think that is it for the moment. Well, actually, these Cuirassier are going to go into the Leger, and divisional commander will come across and give a hand. So we'll start here with defensive fire. Dear oh dear. No effect. Cavalry charge home. And straight onto the melee. It is 3-0 to the Austrians. Oh, that's a reroll. +2. Loser routes. Have they been destroyed? No. Optional follow-up. Yes. We'll smash into them again. +3 to the Austrians again. Defeat by 1. Loser routes again. Optional follow-up. They won't this time. It's reinforcement time. Here comes the next division for the French, but have they left it too late? The battlefield is pretty deserted for French troops up here, and they are hanging on for grim death at Elchingen. Corps artillery move again. Ney needs to get a grip here. These Leger are just going to drop back into the village there. He is going to go and help that battalion rally. The cavalry will come over here to screen against the Austrians further over to the east. And this battalion here will come in and defend the village. That is pretty much it. Rallying Leger over here. No, they don't, so they stay over there. And this battalion here with Ney, they do, so they can move next time. I think that is pretty much it. The Austrian advance continues. Divisional commander, I need to rally this one, I need to stay there. They'll move forward, and they'll move forward, and the artillery can come 3 inches down this road. That's not bad. Right, rally time for the Cuirassier. No, that's a shame. This battalion here will need 6. Oh, they got it, finally. Not going to do much back there, though. The rest of the division are defending the ridge. I'm going to leave here. I think they're in a pretty good position. Cuirassier, I suppose they might as well finish them off. Defensive fire for the French. No effect. Another melee there then. Oh, that's interesting. It's +3 for the cavalry. So they lose by 2. They've gone too far now. So they will have to rout and come back here. Have they been destroyed? No, they're okay. They pushed their luck too much. Reinforcements continue to move. Leger to rally. No. No shooting from the Austrians. Everybody's too far at the moment. There are no melees to resolve. There's a sort of lull in the fighting. The Austrians need to be careful. They don't let victory get away. And it's their move. Well, let's get the guns down here. Rally them. No. Right. Divisional commander, leave them and go with this infantry. And this battalion will start to make its way down the road. Rally the Cuirassier. Yes. French Corps artillery now have new targets in their sights, so they're going to open fire. Long range, unfortunately, so it's -1. Left-hand battery, firing at these. No effect. This battery firing at these. No effect. No melees to resolve. End of turn. French movement. I think I'll just retire these cavalry for the moment. And we'll move over here with the divisional commander and this lot. I'm just going to come back here. They've got Ney with them. These Légers in the village, I think, will push out here. Try and rally these. No. The Austrians are out of range at the moment. No firing, no melees. Austrians will move. So I think now they're just going to make a defensive line here. Divisional commander will move over. Corps commander is going to move down. He's seen where the main effort is happening now. Let's rally these cuirassiers. No. What else can we do? I think that's pretty much it. Except these cuirassiers here are going to move back and provide flank protection for the division on the hill. Right, interesting. Shooting from the corps battery, firing at the Austrian battery, no effect. And these guys are firing at the infantry, no effect. No melees, end of turn. Right, the French are just going to get themselves positioned for a massive attack. They're going to turn there, they'll move up there, and Ney is going to come back into the centre. Rally the Légers. No, they need 6. The Austrian artillery will now open fire. They're going to go for the French cavalry where Ney's just put himself. It's first fire bonus, but it's -1 for long range. Well, that's hopeless. Again, no melees. Austrians to move. Oh, this battalion will continue to come down the road. Whilst I'm there, I'll try and rally those cuirassiers. Hoorah! Right, guns to open fire here. These can't because they're obscured now, so these guns will fire at the Austrian battery. No effect. No melees to resolve. End of turn. And after a lull in the battle, the French are now going to get going again with this fresh division. They're going up there. Divisional commander is in. They're going to smash in here in column. These have to reorganise themselves because those are Légers, so they're coming up. They'll have to go in next time. The remainder of the French will just hold fast at the moment. So defensive fire for the Austrians. These chaps here firing on the column as they come in. It's first fire, 3, 4, no effect. And this battalion here. Again, same, nothing. And the artillery will continue to fire at the cavalry here. 6. -1 for long range, so they just get a pinned. Right, we're into the all-important melees. +1 for the French because it's column attack. Well, they don't need the +1. That is an absolute stonking massacre of that battalion. And they have to follow up, crashing through the Austrian line. Over here, it's going to be +2 because the divisional commander is there. So it's going to be a victory by 3. Another destruction. Optional follow-up. Yeah, I think they will. Austrian move. I think this battalion will come down here. The Crusty will come over here. This battalion will turn. I'm not quite sure what to do with them. I'll just leave them there for a moment. This battalion will come here. Here. And advance there. Divisional commander will come down here. Whilst Rally needs to move as well. Rally the guns. Can they get into action? Well, they're rallied. Okay. Shooting by the French. Guns here. I think they'll fire at this lot. 5. I think that's pinned. Indeed. And they can fire at them at -1. No effect. No melees to resolve. End of turn. Right, French. They charge into them. Légers will move up here and here. They're going to move in there with the divisional commander, and this lot will come around here for flank protection. They will swing around. Rally the Légers over the top. No. Ney with the light cavalry here. The Hussars, yes. Okay. they'll be ready to swoop in. Shooting by the Austrians. Right, these chaps can fire. -1. 4, no effect. Guns will fire again at the cavalry, no effect. And these infantry will fire as the French come in. And they get +1 for first fire. 3, 4, no effect. So we have a melee here now. It's +1 to the French because they're column attack. Win by 3. Loser destroyed. Optional follow-up, they will not. I didn't do defensive fire here, which I'll do now. No effect. +1 to the French in the melee because they have the divisional commander there. Win by 2. Loser routes. What's happened to him? Oh dear, he's gone. Well, unfortunately for the Austrians, their left flank has now been smashed by this fresh French division, so it's not looking good. It's their move. I think these Cuirassiers will just drop back. That infantry also will just drop back. This infantry will move forward. And this line, I think, will just stay there. Shooting by the French. They will fire again. Basically, you need a 6 to do anything. No. Guns here, they can fire again at them. No effect. They don't have a line of sight. I guess these guys can fire at them. No effect. And that is it. No melees to resolve. The clocks chime 4 PM and the French reinforcement have certainly done their job here, thwarting the Austrian counterattack as they've come down off the high ground. I don't think there's much longer left in this battle. Right, firstly, this attack column is going to come down the road here. Can't quite make contact. They will form up there. And they will form up there. And move off a little bit. Same. I think the Leger will just move to one side to allow the guns to fire. And over on the left flank, the French will move up here and be opening fire on the cavalry. Rallying the Leger finally, and they can get back into action. Austrian battery will continue to pound the French cavalry. No effect, -1 because of long range. These infantry here will fire at the attack column. 5. Well, that will stop them for the moment. No melees to resolve. Austrian move. It's the Austrian move. I'm not quite sure of historical precedence of Cuirassiers charging an attack column. I don't think they're going to do that. This battalion will move in here. Divisional commander is with them. Corps commander will come across. He's going to have to do some work at some stage. Guns will come down. I'll rally these. No. Rally the gun. 5, yes. But they're not going to be moving anywhere just yet. Shooting by the French. These 2 battalions will be firing at the Cuirassiers. They get +2 actually. 8. Well, that's them gone, destroyed. Probably should have moved them away. Right, this lot will now fire at the battalion there. Miss. And the guns will fire. This battery will fire at the Austrian battery. 5, it's long range, so it's -1. No effect. And this one is medium range. They'll fire at these again. 6, well, that's a disruption. No melees. End of turn. Right, they can't move, unfortunately for the French, but they can. They're in. Attack column with divisional commander. They will move into the cavalry. And these Leger will move up. Austrian defensive fire in the attack column. 2 is no effect. Battery will fire again at the cavalry, no effect. And over here, no effect either for these guys. I guess they can fire at the other French here. No effect. Alright, 2 melees this side to resolve. Now we've got the column attacking here, so there'll be +2 because of the divisional commander and attack column. And the Austrians be +1 because the corps commander is there, so it's 2-1. Which is 4-2. Win by 2, loser routes. And they've gone back there. Have they actually been killed? Oh dear, they have. That battalion has gone. Has the corps commander caught it up? 1 and 2 he has. Riche dies. Well, there we go. Optional follow-up. They won't. I'll just finish this melee off here. The Cuirassier have been caught on the hop by the attack column here. Unlikely, but there we go. 2-1 to the Austrians. Well, there we go. That's William Stevens. Go again. So it's 4-5. Victory by 1 to the French. Loser routes. Away they go. Are they actually destroyed? No. Optional follow-up. Again, they'll stay there. So with the demise of the Corps Commander, General Riesch there, that is the end of the battle. I'm calling it there. I don't think there's any way back for the Austrians now. Ney has got his victory. He was impetuous to start with, but then hung back and let that reinforcement division do the job and thwart the Austrian counterattack. Marshal Ney will now be awarded the title of Duke d'Elchingen by Napoleon, just like he did in history. But for the unfortunate General Mack and the remainder of the Austrian army, they are holed up in Ulm. They cannot break out, and they will capitulate shortly.